Each time we review a budget Android smartphone these days, we can't help but be amazed at the capable options available. And if we were to zero in on one brand that has helped change the landscape, it would probably be Xiaomi. All of its devices have been quite popular with buyers in India, and it's tough for us to pick a hot favorite, but the Redmi 1S definitely stands out. It may be the cheapest in the lot, but it brought smiles to many a satisfied user with what it offered for a pocket-friendly price of Rs 5,999. With that in mind, it wouldn't be unjustified to feel excited about the device that succeeds the Redmi 1S as Xiaomi's next budget offering, the Redmi 2. Apart from other changes, the Redmi 2 brings one very notable feature that was missing in the earlier model, 4G support. And with 4G being the next big thing in India, this adds to its sheen quite a bit. Notably though, the Redmi 2 features more rounded corners and is marginally smaller and lighter than the older model. The Redmi 2 can't really boast of much improvement in the screen department, as it offers the same 4.7-inch display with 720p resolution as its predecessor. However, we can't find fault with it, especially considering that the new device is a budget offering too. The touch response is smooth, the colors lively, and the graphics sharp. And despite the slew of capable options with 720p screens in the affordable segment that exists now, the Redmi 2 is still a strong contender as far as screen capabilities are concerned. We won't mince words and go right out and say it. Xiaomi's MIUI is one of the most loaded and feature-rich platforms we've tried. The attention to detail is just mind-boggling. The same update is rolling out to other Xiaomi smartphones too, and brings in a totally different look and feel to the interface. If you've tried a Xiaomi phone running the older iteration, you'll find that the new build features a neater, flatter look with cleaner fonts and peppy visuals. Most of the features we've seen earlier are all there, including theme support, head-up notifications, the private password-protected area for SMS messages, the security suite that includes a cache cleaner, data monitor, block list, battery manager, antivirus and a permissions manager. The handy light mode we saw on its predecessor and the likes of the Redmi Note is around as well. Camera-wise, the Redmi 2 offers an 8-megapixel rear shooter and a 2-megapixel sensor at the front. Swiping left in the camera app displays a screen with live previews of the available color filters, while swiping towards the right gives you access to the various shooting modes on offer, covering the likes of HDR, panorama, manual and handheld twilight. As far as the image quality is concerned, the camera can churn out reasonable results, especially in daylight and for close-ups, though they tend to look a tad dull sometimes. The HDR mode is one of its strong points, with shots looking lively and offering good colors and detail. Images shot in low light display a fair amount of graininess and softness, but despite that are usable. With a 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 410 chip ticking under the hood along with 1 GB of RAM, the Redmi 2 doesn't feel like a massive upgrade over its predecessor as far as pure performance is concerned. There's a hint of lag on occasion, but day-to-day tasks run smoothly for the most part. We tried graphics-intensive games too and found them quite playable, except that the device gets warm after a few minutes. Do note that the chipset supports 64-bit architecture and should offer better performance when Xiaomi outs a MIUI update that uses Android Lollipop as the base. The included 4G support on the Redmi 2 covers both the current LTE Band 40 and the upcoming Band 3 in India, and 4G is supported on both SIM slots too. The 2200 mAh battery provides enough juice for the device to last a day on a single charge easily, so no complaints there. Let's just go right ahead and say it. The Xiaomi Redmi 2 doesn't feel like a huge game changer like its predecessor was. At the time the Redmi 1S landed in India, there were only a few capable options in the budget segment. But the landscape has changed quite a bit by now, and other budget 4G enabled options like the Lenovo A6000 pose stiff competition. The Xiaomi Redmi 2 may not feel like a rocket in your pocket, but it stands out as a compelling proposition thanks to its 4G support, reasonably smooth performance, capable snappers, good battery life and the feature-laden MIUI platform. We are giving it an 8 out of 10.